Okay, welcome to day 3 of the 5-day business game challenge to create a magic DM to book you calls, grow your network, build your email list, but most importantly, to get you clients and monetize yourselves online. So, day 3, crafting your magic positional statement. Now, just to recap from day 1, we went through your target audience pains, problems, and desired solutions. Day 2, we went into what your lead magnet is, how to really attract someone by creating a really nice lead magnet that solves a problem. Now, that might take a bit more time. The lead magnet may not be done in one day. That's fine. You can do that while you're doing these other things. So you can even go through this whole challenge, start sending messages without having your lead magnet finished yet. So don't worry if your lead magnet is not done. Keep working on it. Keep perfecting it, making it better. You can even do outreach until your lead magnet is ready. And if you don't have everything ready for now, remember, just go with a call for now. While you're making a video, just use a call. And I'll show you exactly how we're going to do that on day 4. But today's your advanced, your magic positional statement. So I'm just going to see what is a positional statement. So usually most people, you may see a current way of doing a positional statement. They say something like, I help X do Y. Okay, where X is a target audience or person, and Y is what they want. So, for example, maybe they say, I help lawyers get more clients with Google Ads, or I help accountants get more leads with social media marketing, or I help, I help SaaS owners get more users with cold email. Okay, so that's how most people are doing it. Okay, now what the problem with that is everybody's doing it, so you can't separate yourself. If one person is saying the same thing as you, how are they going to tell the difference? They're just going to go by probably maybe your lead magnet, maybe your authority already, maybe the way they speak to you, or the pricing. So that's the worst thing. If someone's comparing you on pricing and are saying something like, I'm going with the other person because they're cheaper, you don't want that. That means you've not separated yourself from the market. That means you've not shown your authority, because at the end of the day, they should be paying more if you're solving a bigger problem. And that's where you want to get yourselves to. So this is what I'd say the old way, and I don't want you to do this. And what I'm going to show you is something that I started only, let's say, 3 or 4 months back, and it had really good results. Like it seriously, I was able to book 18 calls out of 34 DMs. So from 34 DMs I sent, 31 replied, and 18 of them called. And I've taught this method to people from all over the world. I have a lead magnet that goes over this, the entire magic DM method. But it's a lot shorter video. This, what you're getting in these 5 days, is a lot longer, a lot more detailed. So you'll get a lot more value from it. This 5-day challenge for me, I'm trying to give as much value as possible. So the videos may seem a bit long, but you're going to get a lot out of this, in my opinion. So, okay, why is this bad? Look, everybody's doing it. You can't separate yourself from the market. 2, prospects are seeing this everywhere, right? They're bored of this. As soon as they see something like I help X do Y, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, you're just like everyone else. So they get bored of it, right? And they're just not going to respond to it. People recognize patterns, remember. So people, if they recognize a pattern, they're going to associate you with other people who do the same thing. So if like a lot of cold emailers or people doing outreach badly are doing this, they're going to associate you with that, which is not what you want, and you need to separate yourself. And thirdly, it's weaker. It's a weak positioning statement that doesn't actually make you look like an expert. When you say you help isn't actually authoritative. It's not actually making you, turning you into any kind of expert or anything like that, right? It just says I help. It's like it's not strong enough, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to give you a magic positional statement, and this is what we're going to write today, and this is going to really stand out, make you stand out in your market and make you completely unique. Okay, so what is this? Just to give you the example. So I use the principles of alchemy. So an alchemist is someone who changes the state of one element into another. Okay, they change a state of one element to the other. In other words, simple terms, they turn something into another thing. Right? They turn. This is the key word, turn. Now they're actively getting something from one state to another. They're not helping it into something. They're not pushing it. They're actually just turning it. Now this is important. Okay, so here's how we're gonna make your positional statement, right? So instead of saying I help X do Y, we're gonna go back to our A and B up here, our problem and pain up and result up here. So instead of saying I help X do Y, what you're going to say is I turn A into B. Okay, now this is the foundation of your positional statement. I'm going to highlight this in yellow and make it bigger because I want you to imprint this. There are variations of this, okay? But you don't have to use the word turn, but turn is probably the best thing you can use. Now, okay, what is A into B? A, again, is their problem, and B is their desired situation, their desired result. So let's do this in practice. Just going to reduce this into a normal size. And okay, so let's just recap. So A is current problem / pain. B is their desired result. Okay, now instead of saying I help SaaS founders go from no users to 10x users per month using cold email, we can say something like I turn A, let's say, okay, no users, or let's say can't book demos. I turn SaaS products that aren't booking demos, or you can say SaaS founders, that's your target market, that can't book demos. And obviously this takes time. You can't just do it in one go, right? I iterate all the way. It's constantly iteration, which means changing, improving. I turn SaaS founders that can't book demos into booking 10 extra users per month, into founders that book 10 extra users per month. Okay. Now, this is one example, right? And I just want to compare this to I help. So I turn versus I help. So I help is basically saying I help SaaS founders book 10 extra demos in a month, right? Just by using the word turn, you're basically saying, I just do that. Like, I don't help you. I just do that. That just happens. It's authoritative. It's a result that I can guarantee. And it's like, yeah, I do that. It's you have conviction in your statement now. Like a lot of trust, conviction goes into that. They can say, I trust him because he just does that. Okay. Now there's another way of looking at it, right? You don't necessarily have to do it based on the target audience. What I used to do is I turn DMs, or I turn cold DMs. A is the problem, right? So that could be I'm not getting responses from my DMs, right? That's a problem. So I turn cold DMs. I'll put in brackets that don't get responses into what's the desired result? Clients, into clients. I put this in brackets because you don't actually need this. I could just say I turn cold DMs into clients. Now that, rather than saying I help you get more clients through DMs, no, I'm calling out a problem, which is cold DMs. It's your problem, your pain. People have pain with cold DMs, and I'm turning them into clients. So just do another example up here. It could be something like I turn tired. I don't have time taking deals. I'm doing tech work. Or I turn tired founders into SaaS demos, or I build. In other words, I build. Okay, so I build SaaS demos. I build systems that get SaaS demos that turn into clients. Now that's calling out a problem that, hey, I want demos. I want them to turn into clients. I build the system. It's not saying who you help. So this is what I want. The importance of this, and this is usually based on this problem here. So this is why this is very important. So from now on, I want you to create your own magic positional statement, and what I want you to do is base it on the word turn or build, or like this. You can put the same. You can put it in one sentence, right? You can talk about specific results or a specific problem. So, for example, if it's like if you can't book demos by cold email, I write cold emails that turn into demos and clients. It's got a lot of conviction. So this is what you want. I want you to do in your positional statement. Next, after this day, we're going to go into creating the whole DM, creating the exact DM. How we're going to put everything together with your positional statement. I'm going to show you the exact one I use to get a lot of booked appointments, and yeah, you're going to love that because it's not spammy. It's your audience will like to read it. It won't make your reputation worse, which is it's important when you're doing outreach. So remember this: I turn A into B, not I help X do Y. I turn A into B. Now make your own positional statement, and then we'll move on. Thank you.